Last we heard from Jerry Jones on Tuesday on 105.3 The Fan in the Metroplex in his weekly Tuesday chit-chat. He did something that you don't hear from him. And this is the truth. You do not hear from him being passive-aggressive towards his head coach publicly. You just don't hear it. I know Jerry has that reputation for being a wildcatter when it comes to his head coaches because of what he did with Jimmy Johnson in the 90s. He has been nothing but patient with his guys who are wearing the headsets pretty much since then. You know, Chan Gailey and Dave Campo stuck around, I think, longer than you would have liked, TJ.
Yeah.
Right? And then Wade Phillips, and then our clapping friend on NBC.
Yeah, well, Wade's the only one that got in the middle of the year.
Right, and he didn't want to do it.
Right.
But the bottom fell out so significantly, and he turned to Jason Garrett, who he didn't turn away from until years later. And but this soundbite that he gave everybody about how the play concepts were bad, amidst a whole mishmash about how Derrick Henry wouldn't have fit in their offense and wouldn't have had a career year like he's having in Baltimore if he went to Dallas, which is kind of wild. Because he kind of should fit your offense to Derrick Henry if you have him. And I think he would have definitely taken the pressure off of Dak and let him play freer. Look what he's done alongside the defending MVP. So Mike McCarthy spoke yesterday, I believe, after we went off the air and was asked about the concepts. Soundbite. Hit it.
You know, I talk to Jerry all the time. You know, we've had time to go through the self-scout, so I can't really I didn't see the comments specifically, so but I don't think we have bad concepts in bad place. But I'll go back and check. But no, we're not where we want to be. I mean, that's clearly, and it ultimately is my responsibility, and I'm fully aware of that. But we were very diligent. We're on top of what we want to do. At the end of it, we just got to tighten up our communication and make sure our guys are playing fast and the ability to play faster than the opponent. And with that comes confidence. And I think that's what we're clearly working towards. And that's what we want to do Sunday night and get that win.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. Good luck.
You know, everyone who thinks Mike McCarthy's got like his head in the clouds, he doesn't know what the concepts are. They're week one. How'd the concepts look? You know,
he just doesn't have
defensively.
He doesn't have the players. The running game is terrible.
The line is terrible.
The line is not good, which has been a staple of Dallas for how long, TJ? 30 years.
Which is my argument about Derrick Henry. I mean, yeah, you could get Derrick Henry, but the Ravens clearly have a better offensive line.
Well, but the Ravens' offensive line, you could make a case is a little bit too handsy, you know, and that was part of and took half of September to figure out how to line up legally.
And when they did,
right?
Now look at what Derrick Henry's doing. once everything started to click.
But you also have a tremendous quarterback that's standing there in the pistol formation to hand it to Derrick Henry. You don't think that would have worked with Dak Prescott behind it? This offensive line is not terrible. Come on now. You got a Hall of Famer sitting on it, too. You know?
He's having perhaps his worst season.
Maybe so. I don't, but you could say, well, the reason why the run game isn't good because the offensive line isn't any good.
Well, doesn't that kind of go hand in hand?
I know.
Have you ever heard anyone who is
or if the guys who you're handing it to aren't hitting the hole? Well, there are no holes for Dallas.
I mean, if we're going to,
I'm sorry, I'm not going to. I can't.
Okay.
I can't sit here and listen. You watch more Dallas football than I do. I just can't sit here and say Derrick Henry wouldn't have been successful in Dallas this year. I can't sit here and say that.
I'm not going to say that either, but that team has a lot of holes.
Because you can also probably put, 7, 8 in the box if you need to? Who else is trying to, who's going to beat you?
You wouldn't do that if he was there. I'll grant you that.
Or you try to do that, and if you did do that,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Then CeeDee Lamb would be a little bit more open. I just can't buy that Derrick Henry being in Dallas would have Dallas's offense looking like this, and he would have, half the yards that he has.
Look, Rich, this could be a defense mechanism on my part, all right? It might just be trying to, all right? I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm just trying to, I'm just saying
It
words.
just goes back to what we said kind of in the offseason. They're a top-heavy team. The depth isn't there. There's no one second, third wide receiver that you're afraid of, that you might throw a flex in your fantasy or whatever. They just don't have it. And so when guys go down or the top guys are struggling, this is what it's going to look like.
Trouble.
So let's do the sports talk radio thing.
Now you're speaking my language.
See, now you just lost me.
Well, no. The sports talk radio thing with Dallas. This sounds like something out of Monty Python.
Oh.
The finger of blame.
You're a rabbit?
The finger of blame goes on Jerry
of
Jones.
blame.
Jerry Jones, the general manager. Jerry Jones, the GM, does not do Jerry Jones, the owner,
Right.
or Mike McCarthy, the head coach.
Right.
Mike McCarthy, the offensive coordinator, any favors, and he hasn't for a long time.
If brave Sir Robin walked up to AT&T Stadium with the finger of blame, McCarthy and his concepts and the offense, or the roster that's been handed to Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, it's the groceries.
Come on.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean,
Wouldn't you think?
A good chef can put together stuff in the fridge and make a nice meal, but if you give them some really great ingredients, think about the meal you're going to get.
It's also, listen, no Micah, no Tank, no Deron Bland, right?
True.
That was my argument for a few weeks. But
And should we potentially give Dallas the benefit of the doubt that we're giving San Francisco, or at least I am, saying let's see how they look when they're fully constituted again, right?
I mean,
So there's that.
there's that.
But you want to. I mean, you want to go to X with this one?
Yeah,
you want to go to Twitter with
I
this
think
one?
it'll be a blowout.
You think it would blow out?
Might be a blowout. Yeah.
Or you want to give a third choice of combination of both?
What do you want to say? You want to say Jerry, the GM,
No.
Mike McCarthy?
Where's the finger of blame?
This is going to be like 99
All right,
to
so then don't worry.
1%.
All right. Finger of blame is really funny there.
Don't you think?
I'm going to write it down as a fantasy name.
Fantasy team name, finger of blame.
That's a good name.
It's also what, like you know what that sound? It does sound like one of those British invasion songs, right, from the the 60s.
Finger of blame.
You know
No,
what I
it
mean?
sounds like a Fox game show.
Oh yeah.
Up next on Rob Lowe hosts Finger of Blame.
Floor is lava.
I did not mix it. I did not
Are you
work
mixing
Finger
that?
of
You
blame.
mixing
I did
Finger
not
of
work
Blame?
that shit.
Finger of
Anthony
blame.
Anderson hosts
Finger of
Finger of Blame.
Finger of blame. We had Fleet Week.
We figured it all out.
It's Fleet Week on Finger of Blame.
Good one. All right. Well done, gents. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.